So this video popped up in my algorithm. Let me see the YouTuber's name. No, I don't want to break my flow. His credit will be in this video and down below in the description. But his video popped up in my algorithm, and it was just so ironic to me because I knew it was coming. Because I had a conversation maybe 2 weeks ago with a friend over at his house where he was looking at my content. He was like saying, yo, like, I mean, short form content is where it's at. Like, look at your videos, man. They're so long and this and that. And I told him, yo, you'll see one day, man, that there's going to have to be a flip. I've never been a big fan of like TikTok and short form, really quick type of videos for comedy and stuff. Yeah. And the more creative short form content, but not the in your face, quick back to back editing. And therefore, even YouTubers like, well, Maxer, that dude, nah, that's a different story. Love Maxer. But content like Mr. Beast, never really watched Mr. Beast. I've seen like literally probably a handful of videos from him. I don't watch him religiously or anything like that. And this is also coming from the guy who watches like 8-hour long lectures and stuff because I mean, it's just more enjoyable, a lot to learn, and especially depending on what you're watching. But other than that, let's get in the video. If you enjoy, subscribe. I just started channel members and I'll be putting behind the scenes content there. You could also request videos and everything, and I think that's going to be a really good way to funnel requests for videos and stuff. So anyways, if you enjoy, subscribe, comment, and all that, and yeah, and let's go. Remember to be authentic.
Anyways, speaking from personal experience, I watched Mr. Beast pretty regularly back in the day, stopped watching for a few years, but have recently found myself keeping up with his uploads, especially since the Africa video from a few months back. Honestly, before I saw this tweet from Jimmy, I couldn't really explain why I was getting back into these videos, but this statement actually cleared a lot of things up for me. To be honest, I think I just kind of naturally grew out of Mr. Beast videos a few years back when I was in college, and I started getting into longer form content like commentary style videos and podcasts, listening to slower music, and just learning to take my time a little better than I did when I was just a kid. And I kind of made a joke about it at the start of the video, but I really do think that overstimulating content is something that people just naturally grow out of over time. My Twitch chat calls me old all the time, but joke's on them because their phones are poisoning their minds and they're going to develop dissociative mental disorders in their late 20s, so don't come crawling back to me, you unappreciative, spoiled little. If you're chronically online, you may have heard of the term TikTok brain, which is a term that's basically used to describe the side effects of scrolling through the endless abyss of short form content that exists not only on TikTok, but more and more on other sites like YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, and even Twitter. One of the most blatantly shameless and frankly lazy forms of this type of content is one a lot of you have probably seen at one point or another. I'm of course talking about these AI voiceover Reddit reposts with Subway Surfers or Minecraft jump puzzles playing in the background. Now, I'm not gonna lie, these videos are hypnotizing. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen one of these videos and started watching the guy doing the jump puzzle and getting like 30 seconds in and realizing that I have not processed a single word being said.
Okay, I have to redo this take because what I was saying wasn't really good. But it was funny this video popped up in my algorithm because I was having this conversation with a friend maybe a couple of weeks ago where I was saying like, you watch, it's going to be a flip and long form content hasn't died. I think there's much to be gained in long form content, but just like long form content, there could be a lot of misinformation and like just, mind-numbing content within long-form content too, but I think it helps your retention because all I've heard in the news over the years constantly was that the attention span of people is just becoming shorter and shorter and shorter, and I'm like, damn, I'm glad I'm the exception, I guess, because I'm over here watching 8-hour long lectures and stuff still because I just find it more entertaining and more educational, and I like making long videos. Like I said, the friend that I was hanging with even said, short form content's where it at, dude. But for me personally, I always follow my own path and I'll know that will end up successful. So it doesn't really matter to me. But now you got Mr. Beast saying it. And I felt like personally that Mr. Beast was saying this because there's a lot of clones who, after he got a good idea and hopped on it, a lot of clones seen that he got a good idea and they tried to profit off of it too. And, that talks to a whole nother side of not really being authentic and things like that and really doing your own thing. But that's what it felt like too when this friend told me that and I didn't take it personal, but that's what it felt like. It was like, oh, you should capitalize on short form content. It's like, I don't want to do that and add to all of this. It's just nah. But to someone who will do it and capitalize on it and take hold of the reins and may find success in it, good for you. But I do truly feel like you need to do what's in alignment to you, and you can't just follow the crowd. But I do post on TikTok and things like that, but it's mostly just promoting my other things. And yeah, because even from recently coming back on the TikTok, I've seen an increase in just misinformation with short form content and things like that, and very like dulled down language, which isn't bad in certain cases, like what he's talking about with the whole Minecraft parkouring or Subway Surfers under the game to keep you kind of there. You know what's funny about that? Let me tell you something. So I don't know if you know how the human mind is programmed, but it's programmed through repetition, symbols, and trauma. Right. And that's why certain things that have affected you as a child, and I'm getting off topic a little bit, still stick with you through adulthood sometimes, if you don't end up going back and healing these things and working with them in your mind. Right. So basically how television programming works is when ads pop up and things like that, and the jingles of ads, they first get you with watching the ad and trying to ignore it, being like, oh, you're trying to tune it out. And if you're consciously making that effort, they gave your conscious mind a job. So now that you're doing that with your mind, the jingle and the music is getting subliminally programmed into your subconscious mind. So now you'll always remember like a jingle that's like, what is it? Love that chicken Popeye. I think that's like Louisiana, like, right? Popeye's chicken, something. Love that chicken Popeye, that thing. Or yeah, it's all those jingles get stuck in your head because you consciously try to make an effort to ignore them, or you just try to like tune them out, or you're like, oh, I got a TV ad, and you do something else until the ad's gone. So these Subway Surfer videos or Minecraft videos work the same. As he said in the video, he's, hypnotized by the gameplay, but what he doesn't realize is the words in the video and the frequency he's hearing is being written on the back of his mind. In a sense, that's how I picture it or word it, is basically that it's being etched into your subconscious mind and you don't even know. But that's how it works. It breaks down the conscious mind first, and then you're hearing it in the back of your head. Anyways, that's all to say that literally from my return on TikTok, I see a bunch of spiritual misinformation or almost like fear-mongering type videos where they will use the same exact sound that everyone else will use over a video that's supposed to be informative about something. And it's just sad, bro. It just doesn't feel like authenticity anymore. And that's why I preach authenticity in my videos so much, because do you think you really came to this planet to just copy everyone else and do all this and profit on things? It's like, no, live a little, show people who you are, and be you. So like I said, it doesn't really bother me too personally anymore when anytime somebody tells me to make TikToks or do short form content. I just simply decline that I'll do it and just watch, because I knew something like this would come from Mr. Beast eventually, because it's just like, I don't feel like, I can't say that exactly. I was going to kind of defend short form content and be like, I can't. But in a way, I just can't. You could probably make defenses for it. Like I said, I like the comedy and the memes of short form content, and like people who make skits or short comedy. That's fun. But when it comes to the certain videos explaining things, or like 10 reasons why you should not do this and all that, it's just like, it feels like fear mongering stuff and like things to like troll and like get clicks. And some people take this content so to heart that it doesn't like allow them to think for themselves. But again, that could be, when it comes to the younger generation and all that comes down to parenting too, and what you allow your kids to see and not see. But man, put them in front of a book or some shit, because it's just crazy the certain things I've seen coming up. And I've seen adults, full on adults, get stuck in this loop of scrolling for hours. It's like, imagine this. Imagine losing 30 to 45 minutes of your day to scrolling on these apps, when you could be making the content, when you could be subbing it out for a meditation, subbing it out for literally a workout, 45-minute workout, a really intense 45-minute workout. If you've ever done 45 minutes of a workout and actually worked it, you can get such great results. And it's just anything, Mindy. 45 minutes of Duolingo, 45 minutes of just adding something else. Like for me, I've been paying attention so deeply in the game development. I've been back and forth with game development videos and coding and C++ and C#, all of this. And because, you know, I really do feel like I'm getting ready to make a game, or at least I'm nerding out. And it's just like, that will yield more success than just scrolling on TikTok all day, unless it's inspiring you to get started and make your own. Then, you know, that's always beneficial. Because like I said, all social medias, I do live by this, are used as tools. You know, they're all tools, or you can use them for escapism within moderation, just like games. You know, because there are people that say gaming is a waste of time and it's bad for you. And there's literally people that are still today making careers out of it. So it all depends on how you utilize these things. But, you know, you shouldn't let people also knock your escapism, because I know short form content for some people is escapism, but for others, it's definitely a prison. So with videos like this, I hope it just gets better and better. So shout out to this YouTuber for sure. But like I said, man, yeah, dude, I stood by it. I knew, man, short form content is not going to take over. There's a lot of people that I've heard do not like YouTube shorts, and I don't. It's still buggy for me to this day. I just do not like YouTube shorts. I made a couple of mine, but if you go and look at mine, I tried to make educational ones and informational ones. And yeah, go check the receipts. I got the receipts because I'm trying to add like more of just like a positive tone to things, or question or thought-provoking content. That's what I always try to do with reactions or commentary. So, you know, but yeah. So I wanted to cover this really quickly before I stream, because I just think short form content is kind of mind numbing at times. So I hope you enjoyed. And if you're into short form content, just try to find better ways to, you know, spend your time. Don't get sucked into the void of watching that stuff, and because it really does program your mind. It really does. You may think it's not, but that's exactly where they get you. So yeah, and just careful what you watch. And I feel like longer form content is more enjoyable, especially like throwing on like an hour-long video and doing a workout to it. Oh, I can't tell you how many times I've done that. But yeah, man, I think that's all I got to say really. And this video just basically validated what I believe. And, you know, when you believe in something, you'll find evidence to support it. But it was just funny because I don't go out and search. This video came to me in my algorithm, and I didn't have the conversation in my house. So there's no way the YouTube God algorithm sent it to me by hearing a conversation. They're listening, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, much love and Moonlight.